Hey everybody, Karen from Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well today. So we are doing our self-care. We're going to get a self-care message from the lead team for the month of July 2026. I'm a little late. I realize I just forgot to do it. What? With 4th of July coming up, and I was focused on like the founding fathers. So if you've missed the founding father videos, I highly recommend those. But after you watch this one, of course. So yeah, we're gonna do self-care. We're gonna get a message from the lead team about what they would recommend that we focus on for July. And we're going to call upon one of our divine feminine sisters to see which one the lead team would recommend we ask for additional guidance from this month and why. And then we're going to pick a crystal for the month. And I love this so much because it gives me an excuse to go out and buy a new crystal, which I did for last month. So last month, let's just review it real quick. So last month, the message from the lead team was listen, which is really interesting. I don't want to give it away, but maybe you turn this off right now if you don't want to hear. But if you haven't seen the movie Disclosure, okay, for those of you, I'm not going to say what it is, but for those of you who saw the movie Disclosure, isn't that kind of interesting? That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. So the message was people start to heal the moment they are heard. Stay open to new perspectives. That's what I have in my journal. We were encouraged to call upon, so when I pull the Divine Feminine card, we were encouraged to call upon Freya. It's Freya. And her message is there's a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. What I found the most interesting about this was for society, you may have been desperate for change, but now that it's here, you may feel vulnerable. I just thought that was so spot on. Anytime we feel desperate for change, which most of us do from time to time, and I think from a society perspective, all of us do, whether you identify with yourself being in one party or another, which I'm hoping most of us are going to stop doing and just see us as the party for humanity. How about that? But isn't that interesting? You may have been desperate for change, but now that it's here, you may feel vulnerable. Freya will guide us. And then the crystal last month was Shungite. I think that's how you say it. It's Shungite. And that had to do with grounding and healing. And it also helps reduce electromagnetics, which I bought a stone. It's like this big. I should go get it for you. I can show it to you. I just bought one and I actually am putting it by my head at night. Not real close to my head just because it doesn't bother me sleeping, but just like over, I don't know, like that far. So I'm just keeping it there. And then I bought a few other small ones that I have placed around the house because I like that idea of reducing electromagnetics because I'm always on the computer and, so. Okay, well, let's go ahead and we'll say our prayer and then I'm going to pull a card. I always have these listed in the description if you wanted to check them out. And I'm still using Archangel Michael in my prayer right now because I haven't had time to think about it. But we've been encouraged, if we want to help with the balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine, right? It's been 250,000 years. I think it's 250,000 years of the divine masculine being out of balance with the divine feminine. So right now we just crossed over, in case you didn't know, we crossed over to the next 250,000 years of the divine feminine. What I'm hoping is we just get a better balance between the two. So it's not like we all have the masculine and the feminine energy within us. So we're not trying to wipe out one. It doesn't have to do with men or women, but just trying to find that balance. And I think by us focusing more on divine feminine beings, those who have come before us, then, or those who are guiding us. I just think it will help us, help the divine feminine rise. So, yeah, so we're going to be using that one for now on. Okay, so I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the lead team collective, and only those of the highest and purest light, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, our community, the lead team collective, so it is all of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hey, lead team. Thank you so much for being here. We are going to be, just so you guys know, and I'm talking to the lead team here too, because we're going to be doing the 30-day challenge starting August 1st. And that is where each of us, whoever want to do the challenge, will be communicating more openly and actively with our spirit team. So if you want to join the challenge, I will put the details in the description below. And I probably will have a little pop-up right now for you. How about that? We're having fun with those new little pop-ups. Okay, so lead team, are you looking forward to all of us being a little bit more active and communicating with our spirit teams in August? Yes. Okay, cool. That's cool. All right. So lead team, we are looking for a personal care message for July 2026. Do you got something in mind? I don't really need to always use the self-care wisdom cards. Lead team, do you want me to use the self-care wisdom cards this month? No, you want me to use a different deck? Okay, all right. So pushy. All right, let me go get my little stack of cards so we can decide which one they want to use. So while I was grabbing my deck, I thought, well, I would show you my Shungite that I got. So this one, you can see the size pretty much. I mean, you can see my hand, right? The size of it. So this one is shiny. It's tumbled, I guess. So kind of cool. It does have a little bit of a chip off of it, but so they weren't that expensive. And then this one is raw, which is fine, but it's interesting because it does give off some, so I have it sitting on my printer, actually. I don't want it sitting anywhere else because it gives off some stuff. And then I did buy just a few. You can just get a few small tumble stones too. And like I have this sitting, I just have a couple of them sitting around, but this is the one I usually put next to me when I'm sleeping. Okay, and what I wanted to tell you too, for those of you who are interested, I'm going to tell you a story about my shirts at the end, and I have a whole bunch of them. It's kind of a funny story, but I'll tell you why, like now I'm obsessed with these shirts and kind of how why I'm obsessed with them. Okay, so, and for those of you who like the shirt, I'll link it below for you as well, but I have to tell you the story and show you the ones I have. We'll do that at the end. Okay, so, all right, lead team. What deck would you like to use besides the self-care? If they don't want to use self-care, that's fine. I guess we'll ask for now on. Believe in your own magic, spirit, animal, oracle, dragon. Okay, those kind of popped out. Let's see. Oh, that one really popped. Oh, healing spirits. We used healing spirits one month. On accident, actually. I actually ended up pulling because it looks very similar to the deck for self-care. Lead team, do you want to use the healing spirits? That's the one that really popped out. Okay, really wide swing out. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Did you want to use any other ones besides that? Okay, do you want me to use healing spirits every month going forward? Yes. Okay, well, I'll double check with them. All right, let me grab that deck and we'll see what they have to say. Okay, so this is the Healing Spirits Oracle. Let's see. I love getting messages like this. If you join us in the Spirit Circle, every Monday we get a new message for the week, and we do a clearing around that message as well to kind of set up the week really nice for us. Okay, lead team. What message do you want us to focus on for July 2026. What is in our highest and best for July 2026? Oh, those really popped. Okay, let's see if it's one of those. Did you want me to read one of those two cards that just popped up? Yes. Do you want me to read the top card? No, the one on the bottom? Yes. Okay. All right, let's see. Oh, I'm going to show you the image first and see if you pick up anything from the image. So it is a 6 card. I think that says 6 down at the bottom there. All right, take a picture if you want to. So, natural healing power. Natural healing power. That's interesting. I was just looking at what the message was for last month. People start to heal the moment they are heard. So we had a healing message last month as well. Okay, natural healing power. The best way to bring healing and balance back into a life that is out of sorts is to spend a day in nature. Healing spirits and helpers work hand in hand with Mother Nature, and the goodness and compassion they share is in everything she has to offer. Beauty can be found in everything that is natural, and everything that is natural has the power to heal. Spirit healers and helpers can get closer to you when your mind is open to the natural world, and this is why you must allow yourself to wander in a place where your mind can relax and the healing spirits can fill you with much needed peace. Rejoice in nature's vast garden. Very cool. And this might be a little challenging for us right now because of the heat that people are experiencing in many different places, or even the cold if you're in Australia. So you just want to find different ways if it's going out at unusual times, like wait till the sun goes down, or even in the winter if you're in Australia, and getting out there anyways, like get bundled up and get out there, but they are recommending that we get into a space that can help our minds relax, so that the healing spirits can fill you with much needed peace. So I think they're trying to tell us that we are in need of peace right now. So you don't have to just find that in the natural world, right? So what are other ways, especially if getting outside all the time right now is not practical, or, at least getting out, what are things you could be doing even besides getting outside? For me, it's even just leaving the house. Like sometimes I can just be in the house, like I'm just here too long. And it's just even getting out, even if it's not physically outside, but just like getting out, even going to the gym. What other ways can you, obviously meditation and all those kind of stuff. So what other ways though can fill you with much needed peace? Much needed peace. Journaling. Join us for the journaling process on August 1st. You don't even have to wait. Start now. They're recommending, that we start looking for this much needed peace right now. So what are other ways? I love reading spiritual books before I go to bed. I have been sleeping. Oh my gosh, you guys. Is anybody else sleeping a lot right now? I am sleeping like even 9 hours almost doesn't even feel like enough. And I'm sleeping so well. 9 hours. I'm even like, oh, I'm not sure I'm ready to get up, but I'm like, I can't sleep anymore. Only because there's stuff I want to do, So I really wonder if the ascension process for me, I don't know if this Mercury retrograde right now, if that's why, but it's been like a couple of weeks, like 9 hours, I'm just sleeping. So, which is amazing. I'm not complaining about it at all. I love the fact that I can sleep. But, time-wise, I'd like to, there's other things I want to do. But I really wonder if that's a part of the ascension process. And I don't assume that everybody's going to have that same experience at the same time. There may be a period, like if you're like, well, I'm not sleeping a lot right now. That doesn't mean that you're not getting worked on or your soul isn't working on the ascension process with you, with your physical body. But I suspect that's what's going on for me right now. Now, I bet we all need it at different times. So, but I wonder if is anybody else feeling that right now? I'm like, holy schmoly. So, usually in the summer, I don't need as much sleep. So, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. All right. In this spirit circle, actually, in the practice, we're reading. I just pulled out a card that we were just looking at because we're reading the author of this deck, actually. It's her book we're reading, Mary Magdalene Revealed. So good. And she was talking about this Catherine Labor. I think that's how you say her name. So we were reading about her the other day. I am ready to heal. I am worthy of the miracles meant for me. Another healing message, by the way. But she was in the chapter we were reading, so I pulled her out and we were reading it. And I kept her out because I want to put something about her in my journal because it's a fascinating story. So this is a great deck. Thank you, Faye, for sending it to me. So I'm going to leave that card out still. So I'll just make sure the lead team doesn't want to pick this one as we flip through these cards. So we're looking now for the lead team to give us someone who we would call upon this month for additional assistance for whatever we want additional assistance on. So I've got a couple that Mary Magdalene just pulled out. We've already gotten her. Doesn't mean we can't get her again. Yeah, Mary Magdalene was here for May, our May wisdom, self-care wisdom is what I'm calling it. Okay, so lead team, do you want us to call upon Mary Magdalene again this month? No. What about the other one you pulled for me? You want me to, yes? You want us to use that one? She is the goddess of self-knowledge. Okay, so you want us to read the goddess of self-knowledge? Yes? Okay. All right. So, I don't know. Saraswati. It's one word, Saraswati. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. So if you want to take a picture of her, she could be somebody we put on our phones, have it as a phone image, call upon her this month. You know, it would be kind of interesting if I could figure out a way to implement the divine feminine entity or energy or spirit into my prayers for each month. It would kind of change. I don't know. I like some things repetitive. It's just easier. Okay, so let's look at her. Saraswati. I'm just going to call her Saraswati. It's probably not right. I know I can just hear you guys yelling at the screen. That's not how you say it. All right, let's look. So these cards don't have a number associated with them, but they are all listed in the index, which is nice because they're in different groups, actually. If I can find the index. Okay. Let's see. So page 80. So yeah, you kind of have to rely on the index for this one. All right, so I'm gonna call her Sarah. Sarah represents the self-knowledge of who we are so that nothing impedes the flow of creativity from the soul. Her name is a fusion of the Sanskrit words for essence and oneself. Saraswati's name translates then as the one who leads to the essence of self-knowledge. She is a part of the Hindu goddess Trinity. The Tridevi together with Parvati and Lakshmushmi. That's how I do it from now on. I don't even like try to, I don't even like, I just say it however it comes out of my mouth. Oh my gosh. All three goddesses help the Trinity to create, maintain, and regenerate the universe. The earliest mention of Saraswati is in the Rig Veda, a collection of ancient sacred texts that date back to 1500 BCE. She is sometimes referred to as the mother of the Vedas and is understood to be the personification of knowledge. Students appeal to her for assistance on exams. Oh, interesting. And writers and artists pray to her to remove all the obstacles that keep them from being a clear conduit for the creativity that wants to come through them. Oh, that's wonderful. She is considered to be a river goddess or a feminine deity with healing, flowing waters. Okay, so she's also the goddess of music, the arts, and learning because of this association with water that heal and purify. Very cool. She's also associated with a white lotus, symbolizing the purity of wisdom her energy brings. Very cool. So definitely a healing message again. That they want us, this is about self-knowledge. It's like, it's about us each having our own self-knowledge and probably trusting that we know what's best for this vehicle that you're driving around in, basically. That's what this is. This is a vehicle that I'm floating around in because that's not me, right? So then when we transition out of this vehicle and into a different vehicle, we don't have to look at it as so dramatic, I don't think. It's kind of how I like seeing the world right now. So she's a really cool one to call upon. I think I'm going to utilize that for sure, to call upon. Just help me understand more of how I can take care of this vehicle. Because we're all so different, and nobody can tell you. You can get ideas and you can try things, but as you know, I could eat something or be exposed to something and have no problem at all, and you might have a huge problem with it, right? So I just love the idea of self-knowledge. That is something, honestly, that's what we should be teaching in school. This whole just repetitive thing, like you have to memorize stuff. No, we should be teaching self-knowledge, how to get along in the world, how to take care of ourselves, how to manage our money, how to, so how to be kind, right? Compassionate, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of interesting. Okay, self-knowledge. I like that. Let me know what you guys think about her and how you're resonating with her. Okay, crystals. Let's get a crystal for the month, and then I'm going to show those who are interested in hearing my story about these shirts. Probably like 3 of you, but that's okay. That's why I do it at the end now. I used to have a little chit chat in the beginning of videos, but I'm like, why am I doing that? Do it at the end for anyone who wants to stay. Okay, so we are using crystals for crystals. Yeah, it's Crystal's book and card deck. It's huge. See that? It's like bigger than my head. I got this from a member of our community. Thank you so much. Love it. All right. Okay, lead team. What crystal would you recommend for us as we continue focusing on self-knowledge and healing these vehicles we're driving around in? Whoops, that was a lot. What stone crystal would you recommend for this month? I did just see the air card, so it's, oh geez. All right, a bunch of them just flew out. Let's see if they wanted one of these. I did see the air card though, which would be kind of similar to the healing spirit card that they gave us in terms of getting out in nature. Okay, so lead team, did you want us to use one of these crystals that are in front of me? Yes. Do you want us to use hematite? No. Blue calcite? No. Black obsidian? Oh, good, because I got a bunch of that. Okay. Black obsidian? Okay, so they want us looking at black obsidian this month. All right. So, again, this one's interesting because it's very similar to last month. This is clearing negative energy. The last month it was about the EMF. So this is another grounding, clearing stone as well. Okay, so strength, support during changes, support during changes. Remember last month's message? You may have been desperate for change, but now that it's here, you may feel vulnerable. So this would be a good stone to have around you if you're feeling that way. There's a lot of change going on. And it also clears negative energy, so that's cool too. Okay. But I just heard something. I had it here, black obsidian. This booklet's cool too because it'll give you grids, like crystal grids, which I think is really fun to create some crystal grids. Okay, so this black obsidian is best for protection, soaking up stress and negative vibes. It looks pure glossy black or very dark brown. Okay, so having obsidian in your home will make it a truly safe haven, known as a psychic vacuum cleaner. It clears negative energy from its environment. A protective stone, it will put a barrier up to burglaries or other unwanted guests, bullying from others, and psychic attack, enabling you to safely retreat from the world. Wow. Place a large piece on a table or wall in your garden and allow obsidian to boost your strength and power, especially if you felt drained or fearful about existence on Earth at this tumultuous time. If you are finding obstacles to your career, place obsidian in the area of your home connected to career, the left-hand corner, as you face inwards from the front door. You'll have to replay that. I'll say it one more time. The left-hand corner as you face inwards from the front door. So you got to face away from the front door, and it would be the left-hand corner, okay? A small sphere placed here or a bowl of tumbled obsidian stones will help to rebalance your work energy, soak up stress, and inspire creativity so that your life can flow smoothly again. Well, that sounds like anybody. We could all do that. Do not put obsidian on the floor or anywhere where it might get neglected. It needs to be regularly cleansed of all the negative energy it absorbs. Well, that's good to know. Do this by placing it under any light source. I like to put my stones on my windowsill as long as the sun's not reflecting on it. Okay, that's it. So that was it. Do this by placing it under any light source. So shiny black obsidian supports in times of change, blocks out everyday stresses and anxieties to help you relax. If you find you overspend or overindulge in anything, an obsidian charm can boost self-control. Oh, wow. However, it is also a powerful truth stone, and meditating with it will reveal your deepest insecurities and destructive patterns, which may not be easy to face. But when you're ready, you can use black obsidian to help you heal your shadow side and become more balanced. Wow, very cool. A lot of the words were very similar today. What did you guys connect between the message we got here, which was natural healing power, self-knowledge, basically, from our dear goddess, Saraswati. And I'm just laughing at myself because I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it. And the black obsidian. What are you seeing the connection? What did you hear me say? You probably could hear it better listening than I can put it all together as I'm speaking. It does feel like a nice natural flow for the month, though. Let me know, you guys. I love the comments because I'm hoping other people read the comments too of us sharing ideas, because you may not have picked up on something that someone else did, and then once you read it, you're like, oh yeah, that's good, that really resonates with me. Or maybe I didn't resonate with you, but somebody in a comment would. And so let's help each other out that way. Okay, very cool. I'm going to put these aside so that I can get them in my journal. And so this is done. I want to tell you my shirt story. Okay. So ever since I turned 50 7 years ago, which, by the way, I said I was 56 in a video the other day, and I was like, I hung up, I'm like, I'm not 56, I'm 57. I haven't moved into the 57 area yet. So anyways, 7 years ago is exactly, I turned 50, I went through menopause, last time I menstruated. Okay, I know, too much information, but whatever. And so ever since then, and I just have been, I've fluctuated, my weight fluctuates. So I'm like 20 pounds heavier than I have been most of my life. And so it's just about dealing with that. I did carnivore. I lost like 15 pounds doing carnivore last year. I've gained about 7 back. It's just the way it is, right? So, I have a tendency, if I don't focus on my diet, I will gain weight back. So anyways, since I've gone through this fluctuating, I don't buy clothes because I just have had a hard time finding any shirt. I have my winter shirts, which you guys, it's the same shirt, it's just a different style. You guys know the fleece ones I wear every day. I just rotate them. And then the last 5 years, I've been wearing a black t-shirt. It's basically my workout shirt because I feel comfortable in it. It's cool. So, and I just haven't found any nice shirt that I've felt comfortable in. Now, the other full disclosure, not that it's disclosure, but too much information, but some of you don't know that when I was 32, I had breast cancer and I had a mastectomy. So this, way too much information, but this has to do with the shirt. So I had reconstruction actually. So you can't, but they are kind of different in size. Because with the reconstruction, I had what's called a tram flap, which is a whole thing. You'd have to look it up if you wanted to, but in theory, it is my own basically stomach fat that's in my boob. Okay. And which is amazing that they could do that. And I'm really glad I did that. I was so young. I was like, I didn't want to put anything artificial in there, which is fine for people who do, but they would have to replace it and it could leak and all this kind of stuff. So I didn't want to do that. And I didn't want to not have anything. But it was supposed to grow with the other one. And I could do a prosthesis. I did that for a while and I'm like, no. But anyways, it doesn't really matter. Nobody's looking at my boobs anyways. So, but this shirt, okay, so now I found a shirt on Amazon, which I know, is some people have an issue with. But first of all, the shirt, well, especially during Amazon days, it was $10. Now it's it depends. Some are 10, some are 15. All right. But the thing is, and so I have to show you, I just ordered, so now you're going to be seeing me. This is what I do. If I find something, because I like things as simple as possible. When I get up in the morning, I don't want to think. And plus, if I have all these different shirts, I haven't found a shirt that I feel comfortable in. Because with the little extra weight gain, the boobs, I don't like having my arms showing, and I don't want anything hot. So these are super stretchy. They're like it's like a t-shirt. It's girly. I mean, you got a little puff sleeve going on. It covers enough of my arm, and because it just sits so well right here, and then it covers up like a little bit of that extra chunk, right? You might be able to see it from the back, but I don't care. So I just finally found a shirt. So of course I had to buy like every color. I just ordered like 10 more. But they're so inexpensive. And the thing is too, I'm going to see when I get the white one, because I usually wear a black sports bra, but you can't really see through it. They're not that thin, and they wash super well as well, you guys. So, when you find something, you find it. So, of course, you probably say, I got the gray one. So this is what they look like. And just with this is how hard it has been to find a shirt, because I'm kind of particular for the summer. So then once you do, this was the first one I think I wore. That one's got little flowers, but I do like the single colors. I've worn this one before. They're all, so they do have some design, but I do like the single colors. That color. And then this one is actually pink, but it does look a little reddish. So this is the red one I have on. This one is pink. And then the purple. So so that's my shirt story. So just wait. I literally just ordered like 10 more, but you can get like 10 for like $100, but it depends on if you get them during the sale or whatever. But so if you're interested in taking a look at that, I will link it below. It is a fantastic shirt, I have to say. So if anybody has any of the same issues that I have, it's so comfortable too. And I feel like I could go to the gym in this. It's almost like a gym shirt. That is how, and it washes super well. It didn't shrink at all. It didn't, you don't need to iron it. Now, I usually, when I dry things, I'll dry my clothes for like 10 minutes, and they're a little damp still, and then I'll hang them. So that's kind of what I do. And I hang them on these kind of, hangers that have the round, they have more of a round, so that you don't get those puckers on your sleeves. But anywho, that's my shirt story. Thank you for letting me share it with you. But I just thought, if anybody here, if you're a man and you still listen to this whole thing, maybe your wife has the same issues I do, or, but it's so nice to find a shirt. And again, now, because I like every single one of them, it doesn't really matter. I just literally will rotate them every day. And that's what I do in the winter too. So I have one style of shirt and I rotate them every day. Can't get easier than that. Otherwise, if I find different shirts, it's like, oh, I don't feel good in that one today, or I don't feel good in that one. I don't do that anymore. Like, I haven't done that for many, many years. It's like, I have to feel, if I find a shirt I feel good in, or a pair of pants, I get out all of them, all the colors, So then I don't have to deal with it. So that's my little bit of self-care. But I'm so glad to have different colors again. It's funny because I did hear Honey. You guys know I listen to Honey Seagold, and I've talked about her before. But she did say, because I have been wearing black for like 5 years, 6 years. Again, not feeling great about having a little extra weight. Black is thinning. Oh, there's a black one. I don't have the black one out here. I do have a black one. The black one is super cute. It's nice and dark black, and I just think the black one is super cute too. But so I've been wearing black a lot, and Honey did say that the more we ascend, colors are coming back. Like, actually all of my walls used to be like, that wall underneath that white, that creamy white, is red, like a roasted pepper red. Sort of a burgundy, sort of like a burgundy. But I used to, for 15 years, all my walls were bright colors in here. And then I went sort of farmhouse, which I do prefer, because I like, a little splash of color here and there, but then keep everything kind of neutral. So I'll probably keep that. But it's nice so it's interesting that the that all of a sudden I'm attracted to color again, but it's mostly because I actually found something I'm comfortable in. So, anywho, that's my short story. And I am wearing my Moldavite. This is Moldavite. The top stone is Moldavite. The middle one is like an asteroid, something from space, and then a diamond at the bottom. I don't know. You sometimes people wear Moldavite and there's like a huge shakeup in their lives. I don't know, I'm feeling kind of calm. Maybe that's why I'm sleeping so well, because of the Moldavite. I don't know. So I don't feel like anything is like earth shattering, which is fine. I don't want earth shattering. Maybe that's why I found the shirt I like, because of the Moldavite. I don't know. All right, you guys. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye bye.